You left your jacket on the chair again. The scent of your perfume still fills the room. I never thought I'd question where you've been, or wonder why you're coming home past noon. We used to laugh about the little things, two hearts learning how to fly. Now every silence feels suspicious, and every answer sounds like a lie. I try to trust the way I always did, but something changed inside your eyes. You stopped telling me your stories and started hiding parts of your life. Then I saw another name on your phone, a stranger living where my love belonged. One message turned my whole world into dust. One secret proved that I was not enough. Another name on your phone, another place your heart had gone. While I was fighting for forever, you were already moving on. Remember when we danced beneath the rain and promised we'd survive the storm? I held your hand through all your darkness, and now your touch feels cold and warm. I read the words I wish I'd never seen, the late night calls, the hidden dreams. Every sentence broke me slowly. Nothing was as it seemed. You said it wasn't what it looked like, but tears don't change the truth. The hardest part of losing someone is watching them become someone new. Then I saw another name on your phone, a stranger living where my love belonged. One message turned my whole world into dust. One secret proved that I was not enough. Another name on your phone, another place your heart had gone. While I was fighting for forever, you were already moving on. Was I just a chapter? Was I just a phase? Did you stop loving me long before that day? I gave you all my mornings, I gave you all my nights. Now I'm left collecting pieces of a love that didn't survive. 'Cause I saw another name on your phone, the moment that I knew I was alone. Every promise that we made together faded like a song. Another name on your phone, the reason I can't call this home. You chose somebody over us, and now I'm learning to let go. Maybe someday I'll forgive, maybe someday I'll understand, but tonight I'm saying goodbye to the future that we planned. Another name on your phone, that's all it took to break my soul. And though it hurts to leave, I know it's time to let you go. said the room was cold that night, but it wasn't the weather changing. It was the distance growing between us, the truth neither of us was naming. Your coffee sat untouched beside you, your eyes fixed on the floor, and every second felt like thunder, though neither of us spoke anymore. I kept searching for an answer in the shadows on your face, while you were trying to hide the damage that no apology could erase. Before the tears, before goodbye, there was a moment frozen in time. It was the silence after cheating, the quiet louder than the pain. No excuses left to save us, no sunshine left behind the rain. It was the silence after cheating, when the truth hung in the air. Two hearts sitting in the same room, but only one was really there. Nothing hurt more than the sound of love breaking without a word. You finally whispered, I'm sorry, but the words arrived too late. 'Cause trust is made of glass, and you're shattered underway. I remembered all the promises, the future we designed, and watched them disappear forever, one memory at a time. You reached for my hand carefully, but I couldn't hold it then. The hardest thing about betrayal is knowing it can't be undone again. And all the dreams we used to share became strangers standing there. It was the silence after cheating, the quiet louder than the pain. No excuses left to save us, no sunshine left behind the rain. It was the silence after cheating, when the truth hung in the air. Two hearts sitting in the same room, but only one was really there. Nothing hurt more than the sound of love breaking without a word. I wish you had just told me before another heart got involved, before our forever became a question that could never be solved. Now the photographs are memories, and the memories are scars. Some wounds heal with time, but some remain where they are. I never thought I'd lose you while you were standing next to me, yet somehow that's exactly what betrayal came to be. It was the silence after cheating, the moment everything changed, when your truth finally found me, and nothing felt the same. It was the silence after cheating, where our story reached its end. Not with anger, not with screaming, but with a heartbreak I couldn't mend. And even now I hear it clear, the loudest silence of my life, the silence after cheating, the night you said goodbye. No slam doors, no final fight, just two broken souls disappearing into the night. And what remains inside my heart, after all the tears and grieving, is the silence silence after cheating. We were sitting by the window, coffee getting cold between our hands. You were smiling at my stories, but somehow you felt distant again. I kept blaming all the long nights, the stress you carried every day. Never thought the truth was hiding in the way you looked away. I knew every line upon your face, every dream you used to share. But lately when I looked at you, it felt like someone else was there. You said nothing had changed, you swore that we were fine, but the heart can read a secret long before the mind. I found her in your eyes, a shadow standing where I used to be. I found her in your eyes, living in the space between you and me. You never spoke her name, you never had to tell me why. The truth was written clear as day. I found her in your eyes. We still slept beneath the same roof, still wore the rings that promised forever. But your touch felt unfamiliar, like your soul had left altogether. Every laugh became a memory, every kiss felt incomplete. You were standing right beside me, but your heart was across the street. I kept searching for the version of the girl I used to know, but the more I tried to hold on, the more I felt you let go. And though you kept denying it, I could see through every disguise. Love doesn't disappear in words, it disappears inside the eyes. I found her in your eyes, a shadow standing where I used to be. I found her in your eyes, living in the space between you and me. You never spoke her name, you never had to tell me why. The truth was written clear as day. I found her in your eyes. Maybe she was there for months, maybe she was there for years. Maybe while I built our future, you were overcoming fears. I wonder if she knows about me, the promises we used to make, or if she's simply holding the heart you chose to take. I wasn't angry at the moment, I wasn't screaming, I didn't cry, 'cause heartbreak doesn't always sound loud, sometimes it arrives quietly. I found her in your eyes, the place where I forever used to live. I found her in your eyes, the reason you had nothing left to give. No confession was required, no alibi could change the side. The day I lost the one I loved, I found her in your eyes. Now the photographs are fading and the memories drift away, but one image stays with me. No matter how hard I pray, the moment love said its goodbye, without a single spoken line, the moment everything changed, when I found her in your eyes. The rain was falling on the rooftop, like it knew what was coming next. You sat across the room in silence, with a storm behind your breath. I asked if everything was alright. You forced a smile and looked away. And in that fragile moment, I felt our forever start to break. The pictures hanging on the wall still showed a love that felt so real. But memories can't stop a heart from changing how it feels. I saw the distance in your eyes long before you spoke the truth. Sometimes love doesn't disappear, it simply stops choosing you. You chose goodbye when I was still choosing us. You let our dreams fall apart while I was holding on to love. You chose goodbye without a warning, without a fight. You walked away from everything we promised on those summer nights. And the hardest thing to realize was knowing I never got to choose. You chose goodbye, and I chose losing you. I remember every late night conversation, every plan we used to make, the cities we were gonna visit, the family we hoped to create. Now they're just unfinished chapters in a story left behind, because one heart kept believing while another changed its mind. I wish I could hate you for it, maybe that would make it easier somehow. But love doesn't vanish instantly, even when it's over now. So I sit alone with memories, trying to understand how someone who once held my heart could simply let go of my hand. You chose goodbye when I was still choosing us. You let our dreams fall apart while I was holding on to love. You chose goodbye without a warning, without a fight. You walked away from everything we promised on those summer nights. And the hardest thing to realize was knowing I never got to choose. You chose goodbye, and I chose losing you. Maybe one day I'll stop wondering where it all went wrong. Maybe one day your name won't feel like my favorite song. But tonight the silence hurts and every memory shines bright, because letting go of someone takes more than just one night. I gave you all my trust, I gave you all my years. Now all that's left beside me are echoes and tears. You chose goodbye and shattered everything we knew. The future I imagined disappeared with you. You chose goodbye while I was still holding the door, still believing we'd find a way, still believing there was more. But some endings are like forever that night. The rain still falls upon the rooftop, just like it did back then. And though I've learned to carry on, some wounds don't fully mend. But if anyone asks what happened, why you're no longer by my side, I'll simply say the truth, you chose goodbye. You walked through the door like any other night, kissed my forehead and held me tight, said you missed me while you were away, and I believed every word you'd say. The television played in the dark while we talked about dreams and who we are. You smiled like there was nothing wrong, while your heart had already moved on. I never thought I'd see the day when forever would just fade away. But looking back, the signs were clear. I just loved you too much to hear. You became a stranger, standing next to me, and I was the last one to see. The last time you lied, you looked me straight in the eyes and told me I was still the one, while loving someone else at night. The last time you lied, you held my hand and said goodbye without saying the words aloud. You left me there to wonder why. The last time you lied was the night our love died. I remember every detail now, the nervous laugh, the broken vow, the way you kept checking your phone even while we were alone. You promised we'd be alright, promised we could win this fight. But promises don't mean a thing when your heart no longer sings. I was building plans for two while you were finding someone new. I was fighting for our story, you were already leaving me. And every memory hurts today, because I know the truth behind your face. The last time you lied, you looked me straight in the eyes and told me I was still the one, while loving someone else at night. The last time you lied, you held my hand and said goodbye without saying the words aloud. You left me there to wonder why. The last time you lied was the night our love died. Maybe love was gone before that day. Maybe your heart slowly slipped away. Maybe I was just too blind to see the ending standing in front of me. Now your picture hangs upon the wall, but it doesn't feel like us at all. Just two people frozen in a frame before everything changed. The last time you lied wasn't the first, but it hurt the most, 'cause that's the moment I realized I was loving a ghost. The last time you lied, you stole the future from my life with a smile so warm and familiar, it felt just like a knife. The last time you lied, I finally stopped Now the echoes fade with time, and your memory slowly leaves my mind. But one thing remains clear tonight: I'll never forget the last time you